seeing red flags in relationships. It's all the way around. It's going to be a podcast that's just based on living a better life as a lady. So that's why I labeled it Ladies Let's Talk.
The number one thing that they can make in terms of their relationship, maybe a number of relationships definitely courted and courting and everything. So what's the number one thing you think that they would do wrong in relationships?
The number one thing I think that ladies do wrong is not listening to your intuition. God has designed us with strong discernment and intuition. And a lot of times, ladies just don't go on their intuition. I didn't go on mine. So now I'm learning how to depend on my intuition. It never leads you wrong.
If you had to give advice to some young ladies here that were in their early 20s, if you had to give advice to some women that are getting to your own daughters, what advice would you give them as they are getting the courtship?
I would give them the advice of, first of all, before you start courtship, is to really know who you are, to have self-confidence, also to love yourself. Those are the first things I would recommend. And then going into a relationship, I would tell them to listen to the other person instead of talking first. Let the other person tell you about themselves before you tell them everything. Because a lot of times with men, I will say, if they pick up on everything you say you like and what you know want, and they do everything you say you like and want, and then we fall into that, and then we end up being in a relationship that's really not based on a genuine stability platform. It's based on basically what he's wanting to give you instead of what you two really should be knowing about each other. That's going to make a healthy relationship.
That's interesting you say that, because that's one of the things that folks have said in my own life and everything. So maybe it's an issue that both men and women have to deal with. From my own family members said that sometimes you can tell too much in a relationship, and you can tell that too much of the secrets out. But sometimes even in a relationship, you can tell folks more than they need to know. Because I know that I've been guilty of that. And sometimes even my own brother has said, we don't need to know everything that's going on in our family and everything. We don't need to know it because you're advertising it on Facebook and YouTube or whatever else. So sometimes discretion can be very important, whether you're a man or a woman.
Yes, and I completely agree, Mark. I've learned that mistake myself in courtship is just talking too much, sharing too much information about myself, telling my goals, my dreams, this and that, the third. Just learn to enjoy the moment. If you go out to eat, you enjoy getting to know. Get to know simple things. Just see if you even vibe, but definitely do not talk too much. Do not share things until you really know that person that you're going to take it into a deeper relationship with, and they do that. So once again, Mark, you're right. Let's not just talk too much. Just talk very, basic. Hey, this is what I like. I like this kind of food. I might like this color. I might like this restaurant. I might like, this kind of car, whatever. Just keep it simple and while you're getting to know. And definitely don't share everything.
Sometimes just do something to share everything. The other thing that I know that some women are not so much into your testimony, that kind of stuff, but I do know that there are some ladies that are very much into overly materialistic all the time, everything like that. So those are the women that are maybe into the surface and not into the depth of the person.
Well, I would say for that, Mark, for a person who's not, well, one thing, when you're talking to somebody, first of all, if you're listening real good, you'll be able to pick up on if they are a materialistic person, okay? So that's for male or female. If you're talking to someone, you can really pick up and listen to them closely. You can pick up on the things that interest them. If you sense that they are materialistic and they're talking about materialistic things, then you need to think about that. Most likely, if that's the case, that's what they're looking for. So we tend to, it says, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. That is a true statement. Really, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. So listen, and if you hear that, you need to back up. Okay, I see what this person is more about. They're more about what I can give them versus about the person I am. So,
last question, and we'll wrap this up. Sometimes they say that folks that are opposites attract. So what do you say to those folks that are like in those money gap relationships or in those odd sometimes like they won't work, but sometimes they work very well. And actually somebody will agree. So that is like work something and then their other half is like on 65 or something like that. Now some people say that that would not be a workable relationship. So I can be a young lady that's Christian and the husband is a great Muslim. But the fact that they both well together, have to get together some 10 to 15 years later. So what do you say for those folks that say that opposites can attract?
I definitely agree. Opposites do attract. And it's not all about your visual. It's not all about the height, the weight. It's about the mind. So that's where the attraction comes from. Of course, people are attracted to beautiful things, and we have in our minds a vision of what we want. But opposites attract is definitely, I agree with that because I met someone and we were too much alike, and we're not together now. So when you're too much alike, you clash a whole lot because you're both headstrong. Neither one can speak. This person's got to be over that. It's a recipe for disaster at times, especially when you're just alike. So I definitely believe in opposites attract. So don't be closed-minded. I must admit I was, because I'm very strong-minded. I know what I like and I have a vision of what I want, but finding out that wasn't really what I needed.
And sometimes you can even be surprised by what you find in your life that might be beneficial to your life and everything. I know that I had a cousin, and unfortunately, both of his parents are passed and everything. But I know when they first got together with his wife, and they've been together for a long time, a lot of people were thinking that it was too much of a because he was marrying somebody that was a ready-made family. I think Emmett's cousin, Emmett's wife, Bridget, already had not like you, but a full family. Well, 4 or 5 kids. I think he had 2 families. So I think they might have more than that now. But Emmet and Bridget have been together now for about I think 10, 15 years and everything. And he gets something with the child that was a trained from the mother of his one daughter and everything. But I know that when they first came into the relationship, his mother and dad were like, wait a minute, you know what you're coming into? This is a full family. And everything. Like I said, they are totally wonderful and seem to be wonderful together and everything. So it definitely seems to me somebody that in your life would have to be headstrong as well.
Yes, definitely. They would have to be headstrong. And, I think opposites attract are great because also that person who is opposite from you can act balance.
Right.
To where I may be over the top in some areas and that person may be more laid back and calm. So that's where it's a benefit to me because that person can pull out the relaxation in me, okay? Where that person may be quiet and I'm just over the top talking person, I could actually benefit them by, them becoming more vocal in places that they would like to do and say things that they couldn't say before because they didn't want to be more vocal. So I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. And say Mark, what if you were an extrovert? I'm sorry, I'm all wrong. I'm an extrovert. And Mark, what if you're an introvert?
Yeah.
So meaning we're both opposite from each other. And I'm this social person. I love to talk. I'm this social butterfly, and you're the introvert. You're more, inside, and that's fine. Because the thing is, we don't want to change each other, but it balances each other out. Because sometimes I can be an over the top extrovert, and I need to bring it down a little bit. You might be a little bit too quiet, and you might need to say a little bit more. So I think opposites attract. They definitely can balance each other.
So this is the same conversation. I think we're on the online university, so we have conversations about an hour and a half, 2 hours, or something like that. But this is a very good conversation and everything along those lines. So sometimes when we just one of our commercials, but this other one is commercial acquisition because the whole notion of mental health. We'll talk about what's about mental health.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke. Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy, find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself, find someone you trust and tell them. You are never alone when you share. Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher.
Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.